Myself, Professor Pawar VK from Department of Geography, J.A.T Art, Science and Commerce College for Women, Malegaon. On behalf of this video presentation, I welcome you all.
The biggest nuclear accident in the world occurred in the early hours of 26 April 1986. The reactor number 4 at the nuclear power complex at Chernobyl exploded with terrible and long-lasting consequences. More than 30 fires were set off in the complex, and it took 10 days for hundreds of firemen to control the fires. Over 135,000 people were evacuated, and about 60,000 buildings had to be decontaminated. The next is in September 1987, two men found a lead capsule with 3,500 cubic meters of radioactive waste in an abandoned radiotherapy unit of Brazilian city of Guyana. Whosoever visited and exchanged with each other these deadly but beautiful crystals became sick. By the time the actual cause of sickness was known, the contamination has spread over an area of 300 square kilometers. Some sick died, more than 200 people were evacuated, and several houses were demolished. According to World Health Organization, this disaster was second in severity only to the Chernobyl disaster. In India, there have been several cases of missing of articles containing radioactive substances, and some have been stolen from laboratories and hospitals. No one knows their details, and when will they unleash their hazardous powers. Nuclear accidents can be reduced by the safe disposition of nuclear wastes and minimizing the nuclear tests. Now we will see the Chernobyl nuclear accident. In this video, we will in details see how the Chernobyl accident took place and what were its consequences. Chernobyl accident was the biggest nuclear accident in the world. The accident took place in the early hours of April 26, 1986, when reactor number 4 at the nuclear power complex exploded terribly. It was Ukraine's, then USSR, most efficient nuclear power plant. While conducting some experiments, a scientist switched off the atomic shutdown mechanism. Unfortunately, it went wrong, and massive steam exploded and blew off the roof, blowing the radioactive gases and debris high into the air. More than 30 fires were set off in the complex, which took hundreds of firemen and 10 days to control the fire. Helicopters were used to drop more than 5,000 tons of lead, boron, and other materials on the core to smother the radioactive wastes. Some 135,000 people were evacuated, and about 60,000 buildings spread in an area of 1,000 square kilometers were decontaminated. This operation continued for 10 days. The radioactive clouds spread across Europe. High radioactive fallout was found on Poland, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Germany, Italy, and France, and was recorded up to Siberia, Saudi Arabia, and North America. Actual damage could not be known due to the lack of monitoring and the long time spans of radioactive decay. It is possible that several parts of Europe may remain contaminated well into the 22nd century or even longer. But all it was very unfortunate, scaring people world over. According to Greenpeace forces, some 93,000 people died due to this accident.